I have Curiosity Box with us today. My teenage boys love this box. It says Vsauce. They call it a multi-tool. Can only be used in very specific situations. I have no kangaroos to measure. They want to make sure we're safe from kangaroos and black holes. It fits perfectly. Montreal Tower. Will it turn? No. They would never include something as ordinary as just an everyday ruler. Einstein's theory of relativity. You see anything strange about this? Here is the Ambigram escape puzzle. It uses a force. I have my coin out. In Curiosity Box, that's never really the end. My youngest son cannot wait to take these to school. Elements is one of the most used math textbooks of all time. The Curiosity Box team added little notes. I don't know if I can say this. My oldest son is going to be all over this t-shirt. I always called Uranus the funniest planet. Curiosity Box, go check it out. It makes a great gift for teens. Hi there, welcome back to my subscription box life. I have Curiosity Box with us today. This is a STEM-inspired subscription box. It comes quarterly, so 4 times a year. My teenage boys love this box. They cannot get enough of it. I, as a parent, love it because we get family time together, which is the most important thing. We love doing the activities in this box together. My teenagers could do it on their own. It is set up so that they can do it completely on their own without a parent or an adult's help. But we use this box as a family fun time. And if you're a parent of a teenager, you know how valuable that time can be. I also love it because it gets them away from their computer, and I have nothing against technology. I have a STEM degree myself, so technology is not a bad word in our house, but there's something to be said about this box because it draws them away from the computer and gets them working on some hands-on fun activities. The link to get to Curiosity Box is down in the details of this video. I will also put pictures on my subscription box life. That link is also in the details, so go check it out. Can you see that? It says Vsauce. If you don't know who Vsauce is, go ask your kids. They most likely will know who he is. He does these awesome science videos and posts them on YouTube. He also has other social media as well. So go check him out. He's fun, he's entertaining, he's energetic, and I guarantee you will learn something when you watch his videos. But he is the one that created Curiosity Box. So we have the Curiosity magazine that comes in every one of these boxes. And this contains information about all of your products. It has history in here, it has science lessons, technology lessons. And I always say it's written in a very entertaining and engaging way. The first item that we're pulling out is an EDC multi-tool, an everyday carry multi-tool, and they call it a multi-tool instead of a multi-tool. There's a lot of features on it that can only be used in very specific situations. But they also say the people that subscribe to Curiosity Box are curious people, so this may come in handy eventually. I'm sure the first little thing that you noticed about this multi-tool that you would not normally see on any other everyday carry multi-tool was the little kangaroo cutout right here. The kangaroo, if it fits into the silhouette, it is exactly 8 hops away from you. And while kangaroos typically are not a dangerous animal, by using this multi-tool, it keeps you safe because you should not get any closer to that kangaroo. I have no kangaroos to measure. So let's go see if I can find some dangerous animal in the neighborhood to measure. His bark is worse than his bite. And this one is not dangerous at all. The next shape on our multi-tool is the circle. Right here. This is the size of the Earth's Schwarzschild, and your Curiosity magazine explains what a Schwarzschild is and goes into more depth. But in very, very, very simple terms, if you were to shrink the Earth and compact it down into a ball that fit into this hole, it would be a black hole. So obviously, Curiosity Box is very concerned about our safety. So by putting the kangaroo and the circle on it, they want to make sure we're safe from kangaroos and black holes. Let's go see if we can find some objects around the house that could actually be the size of the Earth's Schwarzschild. A mint. See if the mint fits. The mint does not fit. So the Earth would have to be smaller than this mint to become a true black hole. A jawbreaker. This is a decorative acorn that they brought, and that obviously does not fit. A real acorn, let's see if that fits. Yes, we finally have something that fits into the Earth's Schwarzschild, or cotton ball. And obviously it's too big, but I'm wondering if we could, if I wetted, put some water in it and squished it down, if we could make it fit. Okay, so I took that same cotton ball. I did not remove any of the material. I just unrolled it, added a little bit of water, and really squished it down as best I could. And now let's see if it fits. It does. It fits perfectly into the Earth's Schwarzschild. The next item for measurement that you have probably noticed on here is the protractor. So this protractor is handy in measuring towers that are leaning. So for example, the Tower of Pisa is on here. So let's go take a look at these leaning towers. I have taken a piece of just ordinary household dental floss and tied it on here to help visualize this. So this is the angle of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I almost said the Leaning Tower of Pizza. Then here we have the Gate of Europe and Montreal Tower. This angle is the Tower of Wanaka, which I understand is actually an amusement park display. This protractor has a dual purpose. You can also measure angle of repose with this protractor, and it has a few common items that you could find around your house to measure. We found 3 things to measure in the house. The first is coffee. The best way that I can describe an angle of repose is the steepest angle or slope a substance can be and be at its most stable. Now I'm going to just take my protractor and I'm going to line the center up with the peak. And measure the angle. And it came out exactly where the measurement is on the protractor. Our second substance that we're going to measure is flour. Now, my boys found gluten-free flour. This flour, I'm assuming, is probably the angle of repose for a wheat flour. So I'm not sure if there's going to be any difference between the two flours or not, but we will find out. I think that's high enough. Now I've noticed that the flour has made a higher peak than the coffee did. So let's measure. It's very, very close to the flour that they measured. What I'm measuring is it's just a little less steeper of an angle, but because this is more of like a science experiment, to be more confident in my answer about the angle of repose of this type of flour, I would want to test it over and over and over again, each time collecting data, and then I would average the angles that I collected, and that would be very close to my true angle of repose for gluten-free flour. The third substance that we're going to measure is sugar. Sugar is not even listed on here, so we don't even have a reference for it. But the grains are very similar in size to the ground coffee that I poured earlier, but they're heavier. So in this case, the sugar measured at very close to the same angle of repose as the coffee did. So once again, Curiosity Box has our safety in mind. We will never ever again confuse ground coffee with flour. The next shape you probably noticed on this MultiFool Multi-Tool is the hexagon. The most common sizes of hex bolts are 8 and 6. This is a 7.53 hex. I have sent my boys to find some bolts around the house so we can test this hexagon out. My sons found 2 bolts. One is this size. So let's measure it. This one is big. It's too big. And then we have this one. Hopefully you can see it. It's small. And it does fit inside. Let's see if we turn. Will it turn? No. This tool will not turn this bolt at all. So what have I learned? I've learned a couple of things. This bolt is bigger than 7.53 and this one is smaller. The other thing I've learned is that we have no bolts that can be turned by this very useful MultiFool tool 7.5 hex bolt turner. So I will have to find a different use for this. The next measurement on this multi-tool is right here at the very top. This is the average pinky length. Now I learned something about myself. I measured my pinky. And one thing I learned is that my pinky is shorter than average. And the other thing I learned was that one of my pinkies is shorter than the other. So now I have to live with that information for the rest of my life. It doesn't seem to have affected me yet, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. On the bottom, you have standard inches. But then Curiosity Box did something else that I absolutely love, and they broke the inch up into tenths. Now, visually perceptive wise, I actually can see this better than the typical 16th that a inch is divided into. So thank you, Curiosity Box. So this is Curiosity Box, and they would never include something as ordinary as just an everyday ruler. So what is special about the ruler that's on our multi-tool? Curiosity Box is wanting you to learn a little bit about Einstein's theory of relativity, which I absolutely loved learning about in my physics class. So I'm excited to talk to you about it. So in a nutshell and simplistic way, if you were to have a friend hold this multi-tool and travel close to the speed of light, to you standing still watching them move, this tool would compress and an inch would then become a relativistic centimeter to the person standing still. I have absolutely no idea how to show you how this works. We are just going to have to take Einstein's word for it that that will happen. This multi-tool also has a thermometer on it, which is also another good safety feature. It has temperatures on it. If this steel is melted and melting, it is at that temperature. We also have 4 holes. That is to hook a Lego in. Very, very important. And on the back, these are in case you want to talk to yourself. You can say hello in these extinct languages. For example, Cornish, Gothic, Jersey Dutch. Can you see anything strange about this? This is not a perfect rectangle. There are no 90-degree angles on this thing. It tells you what the angle is. So that is our very useful, useless tool. But I have one more idea for how to use this tool. Check it out. I am going to snap a Lego onto our multi-tool and use it as a very useless monocle. I am going to use this as a stencil. So if there ever comes a time when you are in need of drawing a circus kangaroo with some planted flowers, this MultiFool multi-tool will come in very handy. The next item in our Curiosity Box is an Ambigram escape challenge. Curiosity Box likes to put puzzles and brain teasers in there to get you thinking and hone in on your problem solving skills. I'm having a problem figuring out how to open it. Inside this nice box is your escape puzzle. Here is the Ambigram escape puzzle. The objective is to get this coin out. I'll tell you, it uses a force. I'm not going to tell you what force it is because I think that will make it too easy for you. I have my coin out. In Curiosity Box, that's never really the end. So there's always something else to make your little gadget interesting and exciting. Your coin has an ambigram on it. This little coin, if you're going to be playing heads or tails, will come in very handy for you. All right, the next item we have is this body deck. Each card is a slice through the human body to show the different layers. This is a really awesome deck of cards. My youngest son cannot wait to take these to school to show his teacher. Let's figure out a few cool things to do with this deck of cards. I am going to play a game of war with my cards. I'm going to be playing front to back. So the front, closer to the front of the body the card is, the higher the value. So let's get started. I am going to try my hand at the very popular sport of card throwing. I've never done it before, so let's see how I do. This awesome book that Curiosity Box has included. Elements is one of the most used math textbooks of all time. Oliver Burns, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Curiosity Box actually went through Burns' book and corrected any of the mistakes that they found, and it was a very painstaking task for the Curiosity Box team, but they did it, and they came up with this most current version of Elements. You can see why these colors and illustrations would make learning geometry so much easier. You can see actually here, I'm glad I turned to this page right here. The Curiosity Box team added little notes in here for you. I love books and journals that have these built-in markers in it, so you never lose your spot. The last item in here is the t-shirt. It is 100% cotton. Here it is. I just thought this was going to be an ordinary t-shirt. I'm going to have to look in here to figure out what this t-shirt is all about. I don't know if I can say this. The circle is Uranus is a black hole. A little astronomy fun there. My oldest son is going to be all over this t-shirt. He loves astronomy. I always called Uranus the funniest planet. It tells you about the black hole. I have my black hole t-shirt on. What do you think? This is a fantastic shirt. It is going to spark a lot of conversations. I can guarantee that. If this actually was a Uranus black hole this size, you would be a very, very lonely person because your friends and family and everyone else around you would have to be around 2,000 times the distance from the Earth to the moon away from you in order to not get sucked in. So just be happy this is just a t-shirt and not a real black hole. This is Curiosity Box. Go check it out. It makes a great gift for teens. The holidays are coming up. Order quickly because these boxes do tend to sell out. Use the exclusive discount. It's down in the details along with the link to get to Curiosity Box and save 25% off your first box. Take advantage of those discounts when you can. This is My Subscription Box Life. Go check that website out as well. There's past Curiosity Boxes on there. So if you're curious about what other types of items have been received in the past, go look there. I have pictures of everything. I had fun with you today. I hope you had fun too. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic day. Stick around because I have another box coming for you.